man sitting back there playing the drums, you'll possibly see him a lot. He's one of the Davis boys that plays with us on the Grand Ole Opry. The boy was to the right of Rudy Meeks here is Howard Forster's brother, Joe Forster. You'll possibly be seeing Joe with some of the other contestants. And the man that, gentleman and young man to my left, to his left, was a boy that works with me on the Grand Ole Opry and all of my personal appearances. That was Charlie Collins. You'll see these people out here working with some of the other because they are good artists and know it. Now, we expect you to cheer the boys, applaud them in every respect. But I want to tell you this, that it doesn't make any difference how loud or anything. The judges do not hear you. They only go by the merits of a fiddler as to how he handles himself, the way he handles his fiddle, the notes that he makes, the clearness of it, and everything has to do with their judging a fiddler's contest. They have no machine back there to say this one gets more applause than the other. That doesn't work in this type of fiddler's contest, only on the merits as a fiddler. We have some other boys that are great artists in country music and love the fiddle music. That's the Wabash Cannonball. It's a sailing by over there now. We always give it a chance to get on and get off. Bye-bye, folks. If anybody plays that, they better come out and adjust it. I don't think anyone, I don't know what that thing is looking at me, I know that. It's got 4 eyes. 4 big O's on it. They haven't started. Boy, as Vernon says, it is hot here today. I'm not going to be out here long. I'm going to get out of this monkey suit of mine and enjoy this. But everyone that comes on this stage are not fiddlers. Going to introduce to you, I don't need to introduce him to you. I'm going to present him to you. He's one of our very finest artists on the Grand Ole Opry. He has his own syndicated TV show and has had for years. He's a great artist. We're real proud of him. I believe he might have come from the fine state of Missouri. Anyway, he's made a real name for himself in country music. And I think that his intentions out here will possibly be maybe to explain something of certain styles of playing a fiddle. Whatever he wants to talk about, I'll promise you that he knows what he's saying and he can talk to you. Would you make welcome, please, Mr. Porter Wagoner?
Thank you, Roy. Thank you. Thank you all so much, and very pleasant good afternoon to you, and really delighted to see so many of you out here and see your interest in fiddling, because this is going to be a great program this afternoon. And I asked a real good friend of mine and a great artist, one of the finest guitar players in the world, and a man that has made more records than I guess anybody in the business, the guy that has recorded me for many years. And I want to get him to come out and help me explain to you some of the different types of fiddling. And if you will, give a great welcome to the one and only Chet Atkins. How about it?
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Porter. I'm glad to be here. I'm looking forward to hearing all this good fiddling. I'm going to be a judge, you know. I used to play fiddle. I always wanted to fiddle, and I finally got one when I was 10 years old. And when I was about 15, I read that to be a great fiddler, you had to start at an early age, and I figured, well, 15's too old, so I spent all my time on the guitar after that. But it's a great instrument, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this show today like you are, Porter.
Well, great, Chet. And a lot of folks don't understand, I'm sure, the different types of fiddling. And I wanted to get Chet to sort of help me explain to you how the fiddle is used in recording. Because some people call them strings, violins, or whatever. Actually, they're fiddles. And Chet, would you
Well, really, there's a difference in a fiddler and a violinist, Porter. A violinist sits in the background and plays in a violin section, and everything he plays is usually written. Because if you get 12 or 15 violins back there, well, they've got to read, or, you know, there's confusion. A fiddler is usually up on the front of the stage as a star, and he usually plays by ear. Some fiddle players read, but I think most of them learn to read after they're great fiddlers, and out of necessity they learn to read. I think that's the biggest difference. In recording, we use both kinds. We use, on country records, we'll use somebody like Johnny Gimble that can play jazz or country fiddle or whatever you want. And on some of the dates, of course, we use violins also.
I think a good point brought out was that the fiddler is the guy that actually originates things that match up with the music. He don't necessarily play just what is written down, because I think almost anyone can learn to read music and play note for note. And I really admire the guys that play by ear. And I think Chet had a great explanation of that when he recorded an album in Boston with the Boston Symphony, one of those. And the leader of the symphony seen Chet sitting there playing the guitar and didn't have any music in front of him. And he asked him, said, "Don't you read music?" And he said, "Yes, I read, but not enough to hurt my playing."
Right.
And I thought that was a great explanation.
Thank you.
Chet, there's a difference in the Tennessee type fiddling and, for instance, the Canadian fiddle, right?
Oh, yes. That's hard for me to put in words. I can tell it by my ear very well. I can tell the difference. They play different tunes up there, I think, and because of the difference in miles separating us, why, they'll be different, like folk songs will be different in different areas of the country. But they tend to play, I think, more hornpipes up there, don't you think, and that type thing?
Yeah, I think they do, and they use sort of, I guess you call it the double noting or the hokum fiddling, where they use the extra notes in it. And then there's the Texas style fiddling. And we're going to be back this evening. Miss Dolly Parton will be here at I noticed all you guys were applauding there. Anyway, she's going to be back, and Chet will come out with us at that time, and we're going to have Johnny Gimble, Mac McGahey, who plays fiddle with the Wagon Masters, and Howdy Foster, to come on the stage with us, and Dolly and I will be singing some songs and having them play some different style of fiddling, and I think you'll get a better idea of it at that time. And we're mighty glad to have you all with us, and we'll be back around 4 o'clock. And I know you're anxious to get into the contest, and thank you very, very much.
I know that some of you are down there trying to get pictures. If you want to get pictures anywhere on stage, come around in here and get them. That's what this little pen is building here for. I do want to say a word or two about Chet Atkins, and I kindly introduced Porter to you. He's big in country music, as I told you. But the gentleman here on my left, you can see we're from the same section of the country in East Tennessee. We was only raised 7 miles apart. Chet is a little older than I am because it's taken him a little longer to grow his hair that way and I didn't let mine grow out. But really, he's from Luttrell in Union County, and I'm from Maynardsville. And we must have married 2 little ladies that have somewhat the same taste. Leona picked his suit for him, Mildred picked mine for me. So, and neither one of them knew that we were going to wear these suits today. I didn't know that Chet was coming dressed as he is, and he didn't know that I was. So Chet has had a real serious operation, but I'm glad to see that his spirits are high, and he's one of our finest artists in any kind of music that you're going to ever put him to. So we're real proud of him, and I want you folks to always be real nice to Chet Atkins.
I want to say that I was in the hospital out there for 9 days. The first guy that bounced in to see me was RoyAcuff. I wasn't supposed to have any visitors, but he came in 3 times and stayed about 2 minutes each time, and just to see how I was, and I appreciate it so much.
I can't read. I don't pay no attention to signs yet. We're going to get off the stage now. It's time to start the contest, and give the boys in the back over yonder, give them something to do. They're going to judge these fiddlers. Have fun with them, enjoy them, and if there's anything that you wish to do, you don't have to feel cramped now just to sit there. It shouldn't interfere with any of the fiddlers. They must understand it's a warm day. They'll be coming and going, but be here and let's see who the finalists really are. Stay with them and cheer them along if you possibly can. It's been fun. We've enjoyed it. Here's Grant Turner.